Live's transmission, and today we're going to talk about money. Is it really about money? Um, about riches, about wealth? But let me just money, riches, which are not the same thing because you can have money and not be rich, and you can be rich and it doesn't mean. And so today we want to talk about that, and I'm so happy to have you here today. For those of you who are passing for the very first time, let me present myself, and I'm stumbling by for the first time. Uh, I'm Marilyn. I have a law background, and I'm also opportune to have 8 years. I've worked for 8 years for media companies where I was in charge of content creation for TV station, co-hosting and content creation and programmation. Sorry, and programmation, and also I have over a decade of experience when it comes to media production. That is experience in photography, camera, video editing, and motion graphic design. And so today, actually, what brought the topic, I'm not sure that is really about money. Money is one of the subsequent consequences of the topic. But I wanted us to talk about, when people say like, what is the field where money is today? Which are the fields that, uh, um, gives the most money or gather the most money or whatever they put it. And a lot of people, especially young people, young women, young men even, will choose their field because of that, will choose their path of life because of that. What is working now? What is giving money now? What is the hustler, cutting side hustle, giving money now? And that's where everybody is typing and searching on the different motors to know which are the side hustle, the incomes, the avenues of revenue where there is apparently a lot of cash flow. And so I was thinking about it and it dropped in my heart and I was like, the reality is, let me drop the conclusion at the beginning. The reality is every field has money. Every field can make you a multi-billionaire. Every field can make you a multi-billionaire. I don't care if it is agriculture. I don't care if it's engineering. I don't care if it's AI. I don't care if it's arts and literature. I don't care if it's nursing and health. Like every field per se can make you a multi-millionaire in every currency. The thing that makes the difference is to which extent you in that field are you standing out? To which extent are you excellent? To which extent are you avant-garde? Avant-gardiste, they will say in French. To come to that place where you are a high earner and even go above the scale of being a high earner to be the one deciding how much you want to be paid and how often you want to be paid. Because your skill, you have so much fine-tune and refine your skill. You are not just bringing to people the skill or the skills per se, but you are giving them much more than that. You are giving them life. You are giving them life. You are giving them direction. You are giving them something that will serve them for life. And so now here it's not even more about working hard. It's not about working hard in terms of many hours. It's about being efficient. To which extent are you so much efficient that people are willing to yield to your price? To which extent are you so like in the expertise, are you so refined and fine-tuned and accurate that people are just willing to buy to yield to whatsoever price you want to be paid per hour or per second or per minute according to you? So there is no such a thing as, I understand when people say there is such a thing as this is the field where there's money now, this is where everybody should go, and then true, but there's also something called inclination. And there are just some people that no matter what do you do, they will never be technology people. They will never, that's not their thing. They can use it like to do stuff, but they can like learning it or living from it. It will be for them to die. It will be making them to die. It will be like killing their souls. And so we have to, above that, It's true that in every season, in every age, let me put it rather, in every age of the human civilization, there's always been season, particular field that were booming more than others. But the truth is, when you look across the board to multi-millionaires, to multi-billionaires, they are coming from all course of life. They are coming from all sectors. This one became a billionaire by selling underwears to women. This other one became a billionaire by creating a field that at the time did not exist. And but now we only know the field according to his brand. He started by selling books online to people and then expanded to other things. This other one became a billionaire, but like you realize that there's all sorts of things. This one now is the billionaire by being into real estate. This other one is a billionaire. So you realize that being a billionaire or multi-time millionaire is not about getting into this particular field that is making millionaires. It's about being good at what you do. And by being good is not even a right statement. It's about being excellent at what you do. And part of being excellent is the capacity that you have to anticipate when it comes to your field. You are not just giving expertise in terms of this is your problem, I am fixing your problem. You are fixing something in the life of the person. You are fixing something so good that when the person hire you, either it's a service, either the product that you are selling, the person, you come to this place where the person feels like, if not you, he's not going to have a solution. If not you, his life is not going to be easy. Talking about that brand that I don't want to name here, which started by selling books online, today there are many people that can't imagine their life without that. They just can't imagine their life without that. They just can't. And he became a trillionaire. I think he was called the first trillionaire. Jeff Bezos was called the first trillionaire. And so there's no such a thing as, yes, I understand what people say. I've said it again. When people say this particular field gives money, but the truth is every field gives money. But what is the value? Not just the value. What is the unquestionable worth and value that you are bringing to those to whom you are actually asking to buy from you the service or the product? If you are just selling the product, or if you are just selling the service like every other else and everybody else does out there, you also have every other revenue, every other income that everybody has out there. But if you decide yourself that you are not just gonna sell the product or sell the service, but you are gonna give, for example, you are going to give an unforgettable experience to the customer. You are going to give an unforgettable feeling to the customer when he buys your product or when he acquires your service or when he uses your product or service. If you decide that you are going to innovate in the ways that your service or your product have been so far presented and showcased by others, you are going to bring an innovation, you're going to bring a creativity, you're going to bring an invention, then you are placing yourself somewhere nobody has ever been, and therefore it may take time or it may not, but it always take a time because you are building something that has never been there before. So to a certain extent, there's always a building up process. There's always a foundational process, and then refining the process as you are learning, as you are going with the business, the selling of the product or the service or whatever it is. And so by doing so, it may take you some time or not, where now you will be the one to dictate your rules because you have become so indispensable to the life of your clients, of your customer, or of people that they are just willing to pay whatever price you choose to give them. So where is money? Someone may say money is everywhere. Money is looking for value. Do you bring value to people's life? Do you bring value to their health? Do you bring value to their mind? Do you bring value to their lifestyle? To which extent do you bring value to people's life for them to be willing to yield to whatsoever price you choose to give them? That's the real tea. Because there's money everywhere. All over the place there's money. Money is surrounding you all the time, every day, all the time. But is there any input? Is there any value? Is there any wealth, is there any, in what way, in what way, color, form, shape, or that, in which way, sorry, in which way, color, shape, or form does your service or your product make someone's life better, simpler, more beautiful, easier? Because those are the things that people go after. It's supposed to make life simpler, easier, more beautiful, and then people will be willing to go for it. It's supposed to give people an experience. When it's not making their life simpler, or with making their life simpler and easier, it's supposed to bring them an experience that hook them at the gut. Such an experience of such a delight, such a sense of uniqueness, such a sense of value, that they are valuable and they have value and they are worth, that they will be willing to yield to whatsoever price you would choose to give them. So money is everywhere. I just wanted to debunk this quickly this morning. Money is every, or morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching us from. Money is everywhere. Money is everywhere. Everywhere, whatever field, whatever field. Writing books, making movies, like whatever it is, money. Selling tomatoes, selling fish. Money is everywhere. But money will not come with that in that wave of abundance. First of all, if you don't have the right mindset, and secondly, if you do not if you do not know that money is everywhere and bring such a value to people's life, in making their life be more beautiful, more easy, more agreeable, to the point that they are willing to accept whatever price you give to them. We've been talking about here about it's raining money out there. Money is raining. Money is everywhere. Money is showered at your face everywhere, every day, and it's not even far from you. You don't even need to extend your hand. Money is already there. The only reason that some people may not be accessing, or you may have not yet been accessing, in the manifestation of that money that's already closer than you, than the air that you breathe, is that you are not yet bringing forth the inner provision, the ideas that are in you, the skills that are in you, the experience that you have gathered, the lessons that you have gathered. You have not yet turned it into something marketable, something monetizable, in terms of making lives of others better, more beautiful, more easy, more agreeable. Everything that can bring the human life to be just more efficient. And so that's the reason why you have not yet made the money to the extent to which you want it. To which extent is your product or your service, or the lessons of your life, the experience of your life, the idea that you are having, will make the life of another human being easier, more comfortable, more efficient? To which extent? To which extent? To which extent? And so that's it. Money is everywhere, guys. Money is everywhere. There's no such a thing as scarcity of money. In fact, most of the time, the history of humanity has shown that when it's like there is scarcity of money, that's when there is much more money than what we think. That's when there's much more money transferred, in making transition. That's when there's wealth transfer the most. When it looks like we are in crisis, recessions, and all of the sorts. That's when there are major transfer of wealth between regions, between families, between people groups. Those are the moments of wealth transfer. That means, when we are talking about wealth transfer, that means there is a lot of money in the air, quote unquote. There is a lot of money going from one part of the world to another part of the world. In the very moment that they are saying that there is crisis, there is recession, there is this, that, and the third, that's the moment where money is widely traveling and transferred from this point to that other point. So there is money. If there's only one thing that you go out from here, there is money. Where I don't care where you are in the world, whatever field you find yourself, whatever country you find yourself, right now, there is money. There is money, and just not just few money, there is abundance of it. But then we have said money is a frequency also. Not also, money is a frequency, which is just expressed and manifested with banknotes. But money is a frequency. Money is a frequency. So you have to crack the code. And the code is not necessarily complicated. There is a part of it that will ask you smartness and put in the work, especially when you are building up from scratch. When you are establishing the system from scratch, you have to be willing and you have to accept that there is a season where you have to quote unquote work hard because you are establishing everything and it cannot be done just in a blink. You have to put in yourself. But as soon as the system is established and proven and has gone also through his period of trial and error, you realize that money is available. Money is available. Money is so much available. It is so much available that it looks like it's not there. So there's no such a thing as it's because the field where I am there's no money inside. There's money in your field much more than anything that you can think or imagine. Even if you are a cleaner, there is money in your field far beyond what you can ever think or imagine. There is money in your field. But now, money will not just come to you because you desire money. Money doesn't come to you because you desire it. Money doesn't come to you because you have needs of money. In fact, money is not impressed by you being anxious or worried or in panic mode because of money. Money is not impressed by that at all. Your pressing needs for money doesn't impress money to come to you. If it was the case, a lot of people will have far much more money than they do now. They'll be administrating far much more money. So money is not impressed by you being anxious and you being having the pressing needs of more money, of more cash money. No, money is not impressed by that. If money is anything by that attitude, it's repelled by it. Money doesn't come to people where it feels like it's your savior and it's ruling your life and you can't live without it. It will come to you, but always in crumbles. Money gives itself like in abundance to those who have understood that they need money, to those who have understood and remember that they are already wealthy because wealth has nothing to do with money. Money is in the equation, but money is not wealth. Money is not wealth. And for those who are already on this journey of remembering themselves that they are wealthy, and it's just found that in the world, part of the world is constituted with money, but money is not the wealth. Until then, those are the people to whom money wants to go. Money comes to people that do not need her. Somehow, allow me to put her in the feminine. Somehow, money comes to people that is like they don't need money. It's like they don't care for money. They don't need money. Okay, money is there. Okay, you are there. Oh, great, fine. They'll be deeply appreciative. They will, you know, but they are not stranded and feeling like if I don't have money now, I will die. If I don't have money now, like no, money is repelled by that inner attitude of the heart. It's not something you say, but is a disposition of your heart. It repels money. The more you feel like you need money, and if you don't have that money now, it's like you're gonna die. The more it's like money is running away from you. You have not yet made the observation, or made the observation in the life of people that you know that are living that way around you. And those who are like, okay, money there, money not there. And it's not always those who are per se have earning more who have that attitude. Sometimes it's even somebody that's not earning that much. But if the person has an inner attitude of, you know what, money is there, we are happy. Money is not there, we are happy. I'm not controlled by money. I do not allow money to control me, to control my inner state. Those are the people that somehow is like each time they have a need of money, money find his way to come to them. And so we understand from that that money, money doesn't respond to desperation, even if your desperation looks legitimate. It doesn't respond to desperation. It's not pressured by desperation. At the contrary, it's repelled by it. But those who are like, okay, I'm happy, money or not money, attending or not attending, doing or not doing, money is not going to stop me. Money is good and fine, and I love money and I appreciate money, but money is not going to rule my life. Money is not the leader here. I am the leader. Those are the people to whom is like money feels unexplicably attracted to, and it's always coming to them in a way or in another. So this morning was just to remind us that money is everywhere, but it's about the value that you bring to human beings' life. What is the value that you bring? What is the experience that you allow people to have when buying your product or when using your product or service? What is the core value, the intrinsic value that your product or your service will bring to make the life of another one better than yours, or better in general, beautiful, more easier in general? What is it? When you are able to get that, people will be willing to buy to whatsoever rate of price that you give to them without complaining, and with a lot of joy and satisfaction and thanksgiving even. So to get into that place of being a multimillionaire in your field, you have to observe and give to people something that they have not yet experienced while buying that same activity or doing that same thing. You have to find a way, if it necessitates for you to find a way to innovate, to invent, to create in that field, then you have to. And the afterward consequences, the afterward rewards will be that you will be the one to choose and to decide how much you are willing to sell it for people to buy, and they will buy. It doesn't mean necessarily you'll be everybody that buys, but you will have your corner. You will have your people who will be willing to buy without a blink of an eye. When other people will say it's too expensive, they will not even blink, they will buy it on the spot. You will attract the customers that you actually envision and actually desires. But for that, your product, your service has to bring genuine value to the human life. So that's what I had for you today, guys. I'll see you and meet you again next live stream tomorrow or not. We'll see. And remember, we have our first offer, uh, Reinvented Woman Blueprint. You'll see the link to the course in the description box. Take care of yourself, guys. Love your life. Love your love. Receive your reception. Accept your acceptance. Be kind to yourself. Do not judge yourself. I'll meet you again tomorrow for another live stream. Money is everywhere. Just open your heart, your eyes. Go within to give a service to people or a product to people that come from within you. Even if thousands of people are already doing that, just go within you to give it in a way that is you, that is fine-tuned, that is original, that is genuine, and be really willing, do the service or put up together the service, put together the product with a genuine desire to make the life of another one better in any shape, way, form, or color that it means, but make it better, easier, more beautiful, more agreeable. And in the ocean of potential customers, you will find your customers willing to buy at whatsoever price you will tag your product or your service. Check in the link below our course, Identity Reinvented Woman Blueprint. I'll meet with you again tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.